Hey everybody, Adam Savage in my cave, and you know how much I love skill acquisition. Well, today I'm learning about a brand new one from Marlen here. How are you?
Hi.
I really appreciate you coming by to demonstrate and maybe walk me through some of the essentials of engraving. But first, Marlen, tell me about how you got started engraving. This is a very esoteric skill.
It was sort of one of those things that I stumbled upon it, and I met the right person who was looking to teach at the right time at my life, and it all just kind of happened. And 12 years later, I'm the last person in the Bay Area doing this.
You're San Francisco's last hand engraver.
I'm the last one.
Wow. So is your dance card always full with people wanting you to engrave
It's
precious
too full.
objects?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
good.
Absolutely.
That is a terrific problem to have.
It's a privilege. Yeah.
You were telling me off camera that this is an ancient practice.
Yeah. Yeah. Engraving is, as far as I know, one of the oldest known crafts. As far as I think cave carving on cave walls, you take a stick and you carve through stone.
Right.
It lasts that long. And engraving, as we know it today, is very refined and technical, and there's a lot of rules and technique and, you know, really fine-tuned detail to create what we know as hand engraving today.
It sounds like you went through a pretty traditional apprenticeship program to learn your craft.
Yeah, which is something that you don't see much these days.
You basically studied alongside a master for a period of years.
Yeah, I sat side by side this close to my teacher for 2.5 years, just talking the entire time, learning a lot about other things in the world, but engraving was the one thing that I was immediately drawn to it. And
what was it about that drew you to it? I'm really curious because it's a fascinating process. You are literally peeling up hair-thin pieces of metal.
Yeah. To be honest, one of my stems is picking. If you pick a hair up or pick at your cuticles or anything. And so this, I think, I'm just being real here. This is professional picking.
I have described 3D printing to people as a hobby for people who love picking scabs.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of that kind of operation to it. And I also like it for that same reason.
You ever have the meme where you describe your job poorly? I say I take people's gold for a living. It's like I'm an actual gold digger.
Oh, that's great. So we're going to do a little gold digging today.
Yeah, we're going to use copper today.
Copper digging.
It's a little bit less high stakes material, but it's a really good imitation to what you would use normally on precious metals like gold, silver, and platinum. So copper is a really low cost practice material.
Nice and soft.
It's soft.
Forgiving.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're applying sharpened engravers to this, but these are large-scale models of what we're going to be using today.
Yeah, so this is called a graver.
Gotcha.
And we are engravers.
I love that. I love that. Okay, now we're part of the process. And there's a lot of really important topography going on there in that tip and its shape. Am I right?
Yes. Yeah. It's all about angles, but it's also about the feel of it. So there's this big conception that gravers you have to have the exact right angle, and with certain parts you do, and certain parts it doesn't really matter what the angle is, because the function of a graver is holding it at an angle to be able to glide across the metal without the graver getting digged straight down.
Gotcha.
Right? So basically,
you're sort of surfing.
We're surfing, yeah. This is ice skating on tiptoe. So
okay.
What we do, these gravers don't have what's called a heel, but if we were to add 2 facets right to the underside of the tip of the graver, we would basically create a flat spot where if you held the graver at an angle, it would be a flat spot right down on the tip of the graver.
I've got you. So something like that is going on this one?
Yes.
Is that, gotcha.
So every graver needs a heel, because if we were to have a graver like this where it's flat and you put it down on something that is flat and you lift it up, the only thing that's going to happen is it's going to go straight down and get stuck, right? So we need to have a graver be able to be put down at any point,
and then
glide through the metal at one exact surface, and then exit at one point by lowering the handle and coming out of the cut. So it's all this fine-tuned balancing game of holding a graver at this exact angle while moving it, while turning the block. Sometimes you're engraving on something that's curved, so you're going downhill now, or maybe around the bend, like all while doing a precise design or letter. And sometimes there's diamonds or really precious things in your way.
Right, you're often doing this on other people's ridiculously expensive, deeply personal objects.
Exactly.
The cost of the stakes are high.
Yeah, I'm not asking a lot here.
Okay, it doesn't sound like I'm going to get very deep into this craft today.
No.
I'm just going to get a sort of the first rudimentary parameters of it.
Yeah, you'll be able to feel it, and
Okay.
you'll be able to move it, and you're going to slip, and it'll be fine.
Excellent.
Yeah, this is something that really takes years of training to be able to master. When I was in my apprenticeship, this is what I did.
Oh, wow. This is your apprenticeship practice box?
And these are all double-sided practice plates.
Oh, wow. Oh. Oh, my gosh.
So 20-year-old Marlen.
Oh, wow.
This is actually a really special practice plate because you can tell. So when I was saying earlier about engravers, it's not about digging deep with the graver. It's about making the cuts wider. So I did this exact practice plate. I did this S one day, and then the very next day, something clicked, and I did this one.
Because this looks...
Like the neurons in my brain connected, and I came back.
Wow.
And I just got it. I was like, oh, it's about shaving. It's not about gouging out metal. It doesn't make it better by making it deeper. Right, the precision is what counts.
And then, am I correct in this practice of these kinds of floral patterns? There are also rules and philosophies about how they balance against each other, and that's a whole track in and of itself.
There's rules about how plants grow. It's all fractals and
Fibonacci sequences.
So with engraving, like you look at something like this, and it's a little disorienting because you see the whole image, but what it is a series of hundreds and hundreds of individual cuts, right? Where you put the graver down at point A, and you go to point B, and then you lift it up, and then you go to the next cut. And every single cut is a different shape. And when you arrange them into a design, you create negative space, which is what is not engraved, right? So it's not about what you engrave.
The engraving is framing the negative space.
Yeah, it's what you leave behind. That's your light source. It creates contrast.
This is such a beautiful evidentiary witness to your craft.
I know. I was a heavy-handed engraver.
Gothic and German.
Exactly, yeah. It clicked.
Oh my gosh.
And my teacher actually had me engrave on pewter, which is a very, very, very soft metal.
Okay.
Because he kind of was trying to prove a point, like you're going too deep, let's have you engrave on something very, very soft.
Which the cost of failure are much higher, they go in.
Yeah,
Wow.
and it totally worked.
All right, Marlen, where should we start?
Let's start by putting all this aside.
Oh yeah, here's your practice plates. Oh my God.
In fact, one thing that I didn't tell you earlier is when I first met my teacher and I first walked in and I showed him this little tiger pendant that I did, it wasn't the tiger pendant that convinced him that I would be a good engraver. It was the fact that I grew up playing the violin.
Whoa.
A classically trained violinist in orchestra, and if you know anything about learning a complex instrument, you know
the violin is way up there.
It takes a lot of time to struggle through learning something so complicated to get to the point where it actually sounds good, right? You have to learn how to learn,
right.
And you have to create discipline in yourself, and you have to have a goal in mind of what you want, and then not stop until you get there.
So your teacher understood that your training in the violin gave you the perfect framework to learn engraving.
Yeah. One of the complicated things that I know how to do was violin, and that was kind of the thing that clicked for him. Also, the graver grip is the exact same grip as a violin bow.
No way! Is it really?
It is.
Oh, fascinating.
Yeah, so that was kind of a cool thing. He doesn't play the violin, but he knew that, like, all right, that's hard. All right, so this is, again, a graver, and we are engravers.
Engravers.
So I've made you a graver. This is an anglet graver. So this is a big version of what's going on. So an anglet graver is one different shape of graver that has these nice curved walls on it, and on the belly is what's called a heel.
Gotcha.
Now the heel of a graver is going to create a flat spot that when you put it down on metal, you're going to hold the graver at an exact angle, and then you'll be able to push the graver from behind without putting any downward force on the graver itself. This is only going to be a backwards pushing motion only.
So, wow, no hammering, no, it's not pressure, it's just peeling up a piece of metal.
We make our money the hard way. So
All right.
the first thing that we need to do is put some copper plates in our blocks.
Okay.
So this is an engraving block. These are very simple. It's, I think, about 15 pounds of solid steel, 2 hemispheres with a ball bearing in the middle, and a vice grip on top. So I have 2 blocks with me. Go ahead and put this in.
Okay.
And while you do that, I'm going to get some copper melted in mine. With engraving, holding the thing is half the trouble. So when you're thinking about holding jewelry, you have to think about ways to hold it that won't damage it.
That's my favorite thing about jewelers is how many modalities they have for holding impossible to hold objects.
Right. So again, if you succeed, you didn't cheat. So we can hold copper practice plates in these little steel teeth because it doesn't matter if we had tool marks.
Right.
But if we had a diamond engagement ring, I can't damage that. So what I do is I use
You
this.
pot it in. Is this pitch?
This is called dop wax.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
So lapidarists
Exactly.
use this for doing stonework.
This is what fresh dop wax looks like.
Gotcha.
It comes in a couple different colors. It comes in yellow and red too, but I think green is the best for engraving because...
And the colors delineate a certain amount of hardness?
Yeah, hardness, brittleness, and for engraving, when I'm working, I maybe have a few different things that I need to put in the wax, pop out, and I just need like a quick turnaround without too much fuss. And there's a couple different materials that people use, but sometimes you need to boil water, or it's really expensive for the material, or it's not reusable. This is $10 for a stick of this. It's really affordable, and there's no cleanup when you're done. So normally I would be holding, nice precious metal in here with really expensive stones that aren't mine. So yeah, this wax alone, I think it's a beeswax base.
You're just softening up a certain amount of the surface.
Yep, I just want to soften it up, and you can tell by the color that this is very toasted, but it's still usable.
See, that started out as this color.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to heat up the copper a little bit. Heat acts as a bit of a glue with this. So I set it in wax, and then I want to bring the wax down so that it's flush with the copper, so there's no little bumps sticking out.
So it's not getting in your way.
Yeah, and then one thing that I came up with is taking a little punch scribe, and I poke some little holes in this as anchor points for later. So when we're done with this, I could grab this with my fingers and pop it out, but if this was a piece of jewelry, I need the entire thing set. So I use this as an anchor point, and it pops right out, and there's no wax residue left over.
Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah. So I'm gonna use this. So I'm gonna set this aside while this cools off for a minute, and we'll get you the graver in your hand. So a graver, before you can actually use it, it comes like this. This is a graver blank.
Gotcha.
And these are high-speed steel gravers. So basically what I do is I take it to the grinder and I mark a little spot, and I remove this top piece of metal, and then I lengthen it, so I cut it to shape, and then I take a little bit off the back end, and then I can hammer a handle onto it.
Gotcha.
So that is the entire creation of a graver.
That's it.
Then you would add the heel and a sharpening stone, and then sharpen it, do a little bit of polish, and then it's good to go.
Just as I have done research in the past on engraving, I'm finding it entertaining that I've seen lots of websites that tell me that the threshold to entry is about $5,000 of pneumatic equipment, and what you're talking is about $10 of steel.
Yeah, I've actually created an entire tool list of everything that you would need to get going. And the lowest budget price point that I found, it wouldn't include an engraving block, but it would include something similar. This is a wood turntable, which acts just like a block.
Right.
Where this is also dop wax, and you can mount this to your
any
table.
orientation you want.
So
of course.
the lowest possible price point that I think people could get into this, including using one of these, is about $450. To buy
amazing.
everything new.
Yeah.
So that doesn't include getting stuff secondhand. So yeah, the price point entry for traditional hand engraving is significantly lower.
An order of magnitude lower. That's awesome.
So.
Okay.
All right, so this graver is ready-made and sharpened and polished, and I just tested it last night. So
Thank you.
All right, so we always want to check the sharpness of our graver before we actually touch it to metal.
Okay.
And the way that we do that is with our fingernails.
Okay.
So hold your fingernail up and take the graver, hold it at a bit of an angle, and just touch it right to your nail, and it's going to stick. If it sticks, you know your graver is sharp.
Ah.
If it slides at all, you know that it's chipped. And so you can look at the tip and you'll see a little pin dot of light right at the tip. But since these are sharp, they're good to go.
All right, I feel that.
Cool. So the grip of a graver, we're gonna have the rounded part of the handle. It's gonna sit right in your palm, somewhere along this outside edge of your palm.
Okay.
Hiracha's handle sits down here, but mine sits a little bit higher.
Gotcha.
So whatever's gonna be comfortable. Yep, and then you're gonna pinch the graver on either side with your thumb and your forefinger right at the tip.
Okay.
Yep, and then these fingers are gonna rest right on the outside.
They just rest on the outside.
Yeah, so there will be no wrapping your fingers around.
Copy.
The reason why there's a flat spot is so that as we're engraving things that are flat, the angle of the graver is going to be, for this graver, at least a 10-degree angle holding it.
Right, right.
So if we were pushing all the way across...
Oh, the handle would actually get in our way.
Yeah.
And start
so
to...
if the handle knocked in, so this is why we use flat, these are called half-round mushroom handles. So if our knuckles are in the way, it's going to do the same thing. So we have...
That's why you don't wrap around.
Our palm right here, pinch it, fingers on the side, and then you can knock it. That's how you know you're good.
Incredible.
Okay, so from here, we're gonna do a bit of a squeezy motion with our hands.
Okay.
We're gonna kind of push the back of the handle of the graver forward through our thumb and forefinger by kind of squeezing it forward. It's kind of like ooze the graver out. Exactly. Yeah, so when you hear hand push engraving, this is the only push that the graver is doing. The other push comes from the block being pushed into the graver itself.
Gotcha.
So what's not happening is your whole arm pushing the graver.
This.
You're not doing
You're
that.
holding this steadle and moving this against it.
So this...
So that's the sum total of your forward
The
movement.
range is, I mean, we could measure this, but it's like maybe 6.6 millimeters.
Yeah,
it's not much.
sure.
So what we do is we put the graver up and we can push it from behind, and then we scoot our whole hand forward, kind of like an inchworm.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Oh, okay.
Our left hand is going to hold the block in place.
Okay.
Now, the danger zone is having your hand up here.
Where you can poke it and pierce it.
Yeah. We don't want to add any scars to your hands.
Oh, I have plenty already.
Yeah.
All the stitches are in the left hand because the tool's always in the right.
Exactly, it slips. So danger zone. So we can avoid that by just having this hand farther below the horizon line. So your graver hand, this side pad of your thumb is going to be planted as your first anchor point on the copper itself.
Gotcha.
So if you push down, you can push down and wiggle your thumb. Now, your other hand, your other thumb, is going to go on top of your thumbnail.
Oh.
Some people that don't have nail beds can put their thumbs side to side, but for me, I put my thumb right on top of my thumbnail like this. So this is your anchor point. So this hand is able to push the graver forward and pull it back from here.
Gotcha.
Now, if this graver slips, even if you have downward force from this thumb, it's probably gonna skid. So this thumb is an anchor point
to keep
for your graver hands. Wow. Just so in case it does slip, you'll probably be able to catch it with your other thumb. That's the idea.
Yeah.
Hopefully it works. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna put the tip of the graver down on the metal. We plant our right thumb with our graver. We put the tip of the graver right to the middle, and then we're gonna lift the handle of the graver up about 10 degrees.
Okay.
Not much. From here, you're gonna push the handle of the graver from the back of your hand forward.
Oh, it's moving.
It's moving. Yeah.
I made a mark. It skipped out.
Yeah, so There's two things that can happen, and this is why this is a balancing ice skating on tiptoe thing. So I'm going to show you a party trick here, just so you can really understand the concept. So normally when we engrave, we have our whole hand on the grip, but you see some people doing this where they put their finger on the top of the graver to keep it in the metal. It's not necessary.
Gotcha.
And I'm going to show you exactly what I mean. So if I put the graver in the palm of my hand and I hold it at exactly the right angle.
You don't need any top pressure at all. Wow.
It's the angle that the graver's held at. Now there's two things that can happen. As you push the graver at the correct angle, if you raise the handle up a hair, the graver's gonna dig straight down and get stuck, and your hand's gonna start shaking, right? And the other thing is gonna be to do the opposite, where you would put the graver down.
It goes too low and it's gonna skip out.
You push the graver, and then you lower it a hair, and it slips. So
it's about keeping it inside.
So it's about controlling your slips. This is basically meditation. We need to entirely tune everything that we're feeling. We want our feet flat on the floor, no crossing our legs. We want to be thinking about what we're doing here. So the copper itself, we kind of want this to be facing us just a little bit. We don't want it sticking straight up or away from us. The entire brace of the graver needs to come from the structure of our posture, right? So what this means is that we need to brace our forearm and our whole body kind of over the block so that this position of our hand is locked and comfortable. All right, so whatever direction the graver is facing and whatever is the most comfortable is going to be the direction that it's going to go. So mine is going right towards you, and your graver's going right to your left. Right, what we're never going to do is turn our hand, because this is going to break
I see.
the pressure, right? So we need the pressure to have the most optimized posture, and then we turn the block to the different direction. So we have the block itself kind of facing us so that the graver can be in the most comfortable position.
Oh.
Yes. And that was a really nice slow speed.
Oh, good, good, good. And that's a reasonable mark.
Yeah, okay, so that is moving the graver.
Wow.
So you got the graver into the metal, now we gotta get it out without slipping. So there's two ways to do this. I'm gonna show you the easy way, which is plucking. All right, so if we put the graver in, we push it, and we're done with our cut here, what we can do is pluck it, which is gonna be kind of making like a check mark. We put the graver in, and then without moving it at all, we push it in, and then pluck that little chip of metal out.
Okay.
And it's going to make a little plucking sound. And it's going to go right towards you.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah. And then it goes flying off. So this is copper. If this was gold, you would go chase it.
Oh, yeah. Right, you make lots of little chips of precious metals.
Yeah, containment is one of the issues with engraving. So my bench has a big hutch on it, and then I use things like a tiny vacuum cleaner to suck up all the metal.
That's a tiny vacuum cleaner?
It's a tiny vacuum.
Oh my God. And then you empty that out and have that send that to a refinery or?
It's rechargeable too.
Amazing.
So yeah, containment is part of the problem. So yeah, let's keep going, make some more cuts.
Okay.
So your other thumb is up here.
Oh, right.
Yep.
Yep. I keep on wanting to bring my hands around to here. I notice the proclivity.
You can, I mean, you can do whatever you want, but proper technique is going to be always, because imagine if you were doing a big tray.
Right.
And, you know, we have the privilege of having our knuckles off the edge, but,
if you're,
you know, you got to eventually learn how to do both. What we're doing is we're holding the graver upright, right, to make this cut. And the heel of this graver is a square, so it's a 90-degree angle. So the cut, the groove that's left behind, will be a 90-degree
Gotcha.
crevice.
Right. They meet at the 90.
Yeah. However, what we can do is we could lean the graver over to the side to make a wider cut.
And that'll give an aesthetically different cut.
Yeah, so the cut with this graver will only be as wide as this facet is.
Right.
So if we were using a wider graver like a flat, if this graver was 2 millimeters wide, you could make a total width cut of 2 millimeters. That's kind of the idea.
Gotcha.
So with the angle engraver, this is really good for straight lines, thin lines. This is a good one for lettering or just like kind of hair lines.
Oh.
Yep.
And I can see already that that's probably too deep.
Yeah, so try going a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
Try to think of, so whatever you're doing, try doing the opposite.
It's so funny. The whole time I've ever learned skills, I'm always cognizant that if I'm stressing a muscle, I'm probably pushing too hard. And that masters of the skill their muscles are all relaxed, right?
Yeah, it's usually our left hand that gets fatigued because it's the one doing all the turning and holding the block in place. This is really just, it's kind of coming from your shoulder, but it's more the micro muscles in your graver hand that develop, but the fatigue is going to come from your left hand.
Wow, I see. I really... Good Lord. I mean, what's really lovely is you're totally right. When you get the angle right, it's very little effort to create that little bit of swerve.
Yeah. So, traditional engraving, it gets a bad rep because compared to the pneumatic graver systems where the whole thing is pushed by air, I describe it kind of like riding an e-bike versus a regular bicycle.
Interesting.
It's the exact same concept where if you have a regular bike, or let's say if you have an e-bike, you still have to balance on it and steer it.
Right.
But you have an electric assist to push it, right? But you can still get from point A to B.
Yeah.
And have a really nice ride. But with a regular bike, you have to steer it, push it, and push it yourself.
Right.
That's what this is, right? So with the e-bikes, we have to acknowledge that there's people that really just want to ride an e-bike, but there's also people that really just get glory out of doing it with their own muscle, under their own steam, and that's what this is.
Well, I also can sort of feel that this is the right foundation to have to use any pneumatic equipment, that this attunes you to how the metal moves and would just give you much better institutional knowledge once you started applying power to the equation.
Yeah. The thing is that this isn't taught anymore, which is my goal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I kind of always say this, is like, I can do what the pneumatic people can do, but they can't do what I do.
Right, right. Are you looking for an apprentice? Do you teach?
I'm looking to train a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why the YouTube channel.
Yeah, I'm starting a YouTube channel because basically, like, I have an endless amount of people asking for me to engrave their thing.
Right.
But I'm not an octopus.
Oh, you just need more engravers in the world.
I need to create more of me. That's a privilege, is having so much work that I have to just say no to almost all of it. And but the other thing is that, like, there's a huge demand for engraving, and I think in this time period, with everything being so tech and AI, and everybody's kind of just like scrambling. It's like the Wild West. It's like the gold rush of tech. I think something so primitive, we have the responsibility to take this along with us during it,
And also, I mean, like every hand skill, it'll make the application of power to the same skill much more refined and delicate.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal. We will include a link to Marlen's YouTube channel so you can join in the fun. This is really exciting because you're just opening up to a whole new community. I bought my pantograph mill. Now there's 3 or 4 YouTubers who all have pantograph mills, and we're all watching each other's stuff. It's a great feedback loop.
So the thing with pantographs, though, is that that's not actually engraving.
No,
pantograph is you're dragging your finger through sand. You're not actually removing material.
Totally fair.
This is like a shovel.
Yeah.
And so, with the other thing about pneumatic engraving is that there are some cuts that you can't do with a pneumatic graver.
What?
It's like pneumatic gravers don't pluck. They just plow the metal out. So you actually see a lot of the zest, and like you look at really antique engraving, and I can tell if it was done pneumatically or by hand just by the cuts that were made.
That's fascinating. Is it that the hand engraving would have more subtlety, I would imagine, than
More subtlety
pneumatic?
and Yeah, I can look at engraving now and tell if it was done pneumatically because they are so heavy-handed. They think that because they have this tool, deeper is better. And we've almost seen the disappearance of hairlines.
Oh, within engraving.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, so after I spend a few weeks doing...
What is your middle finger doing there?
What is my middle finger doing there? Thank you.
It's like a little dinosaur head.
It was. I was like doing the pinky up. So after I spend wax on, wax off with Mr. Miyagi here and make a whole bunch of straight lines, how do you...
Then we could do a circle.
Yes, I was wondering about turning.
Let's turn the block. All right, so why don't you watch me do it?
Okay, but I'm getting a really long thread here, and now I'm very excited about it.
Okay. Okay, hold on. You
Yep.
could add it to my collection.
I'm so honored.
This is my squibbly bits jar.
I love that. Look at your long threads.
You gotta keep the good ones.
That is,
know.
yeah. I am a big appreciator of swarf.
I wanna do something with these one day. So maybe think of something and
Is it like a you need it's a reliquary, right?
Yeah.
So you could engrave the cap of the reliquary this is held in. I love religious artifacts.
yeah. So we
Well,
keep these
actually, I
aside.
mean, it's totally the reason I love religious artifacts is because I'm always clear that what's going on is the insane tedium of the precision of a religious artifact is about the devotion to their God. And I can see that in the tedium. I can see that in the magic.
Yeah, I mean, because this is so difficult, you kind of reserve it for the highest caliber of thing, you know? I get a lot of people who have a lot of difficulty deciding on what to actually engrave on their thing.
Sure,
You know?
right? It's like choosing a tattoo.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes you get some fun ones, and sometimes it's pretty, standard, but,
Yeah.
I've engraved a burrito on a wedding ring, for example, and I really love that.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right, so how do we start to think about moving?
Okay, so right now, what we've done is we've pushed the graver straight forward while holding the block steady with our left hand, and then we pluck out.
Right.
Now, what we can do is turn the block. I'm going to push the block clockwise, so I'm going
Okay.
to turn it to left. So I'm going to retract my wrist and have it kind of locked in like this. Keep your fingers in the safe zone.
Gotcha, right? Yeah, so I don't wink.
Your thumbs are still connected.
Uh-huh.
We'll put the graver down just the same, and without twisting our wrist at all, we're going to start pushing and slowly turn the block. Slow, slow, slow.
Oh,
Yeah,
you were right. I was going too fast.
Yeah.
I'm super impatient.
yeah, twice as slow.
I feel seen.
The other thing is that sometimes people think that traditional engraving is a lot slower than pneumatic, and that's actually one of the biggest misconceptions. Because I've actually tried pneumatic engraving, and
And you make it happen faster.
it was going too slow. I was pushing the graver anyway.
Why, of course.
So
Right.
it's not any faster. Like this, it can't be fast, but I think the difference is that the speed can change between when you enter the cut, when you're in mid-cut, and then as you exit the cut, that's when it really has to slow down, like 4 times as slow. So check this out. So if I'm making a cut and I'm turning, I could pluck it, or I could get out of the cut without plucking. And see how slow I'm going right here? Yeah. I'm lowering the handle of the graver while turning the block still.
Wow.
And I just,
Wow.
it just, puff of wind. There you go.
Wow.
All right, so now let's try something. Let's skip ahead. So to draw a design,
Oh, yes.
let's do a little thing. Also,
Oh, yeah, don't put it there.
You always want to put your graver down.
I'm a juggler. I
What
want
if
to
you
balance everything.
stick your elbow down?
That would suck.
That'd suck. So these are felt tip pens. This is a micron pen. The tips of these are very, very tiny.
Yeah.
So what we can do is we can actually draw on the metal with these pens and then wipe it away. So you can draw the flower with ink, and then we take a scribe, which is just a sharp pointy thing. This is actually an old mechanical pencil with a flattened beading tool in it.
Nice.
And then we scribe over the ink lines. Usually you take a lot of time with this and really refine it.
Oh, so you're not just drawing a single line, you're almost sketching it in.
You want to get it as less sketchy as possible, but you know, I'm rushing right now.
Fair.
All right, so I scribed it, and now I can wipe away the ink.
And now you have this very fine line.
And now I have this really fine design, but I know that as long as I follow the scribe lines, I'm gonna end up with the design that I want.
Gotcha.
Right? So I can take this.
Wow. Look at how fast you're doing that. At the same time as you're doing it quite slow.
Super slow. Okay, now let's get a flat graver. So this is a flat graver.
Okay, that makes a channel, a square bottom channel.
Yeah, so I'll make some wider cuts with this one.
Ooh. Now, are you holding that perpendicular to the bottom, or is it at a slight angle?
It's at a slight angle, so it's up on a corner.
So it's giving you this little gesture.
Yeah, so I put one corner down,
Uh-huh.
and then as I turn the block, I can lower the angle, which widens the cut,
And changes how light falls off of it.
and then you pluck it out.
That's so neat. There's this thing we do in model making where we'll add like just a little detail that will kick a little bit of light in a zone to just fill it in a little bit. And we're using the tiniest pinprick of light to just fill in detail for your mind. And there's similar techniques going on here.
Yeah, and engraving, because we're taking down material, it's high polished, because the bellies of these gravers are polished.
Right.
So as we make a cut, the cut is going to be high polished.
Right.
That's the idea. All right, so.
Now you're doing like a turn and then a little curlicue at the
I'm
end.
doing like a little swivelly do.
Oh, is that like one half of the leaf? Mm-hmm. Gotcha. But the first philosophical difference I'm seeing is I think of engraving as making a bunch of lines, but you're creating vastly more complex shapes than just lines.
Yeah, and imagine doing lettering. Because like this, I can make the flower make whatever shape I want, but
An A and a B and a C have to be what they are.
everybody knows what letters should look like. And it's not just you do one letter for all of this, for this whole name, you would do all the same cuts at the same time. So I would do all the downstrokes for every letter, and then I would flip the whole thing around.
To do the upstrokes. Oh my goodness.
And then you follow up with hairlines and hope that you don't make a spelling mistake.
Which I'm sure happens.
Yeah.
I see.
Well
I mean, I'm
done.
seeing more. Like, there's so much this relationship of the thumbs to the thumbs.
Yeah.
I see how much it allows you to take pressure off of this hand.
Yeah, so there's this other thing that happens usually when people are learning, where they make a cut and they get so far into the cut and then they kind of stretch out and then it slips.
Right.
So kind of what that is like if you're riding a bicycle and the handlebars get too far away from you, and so you start compromising your posture.
Oh, right.
So what you do when you get out that far is you think to compromise by lifting the handle up when you get to that point, right? So
Right, you're anticipating what the move should be.
so you get this far, and then this is where you know that you're going to drop the handle. So you think, lift the handle.
Right.
So it's about, countering what you see yourself doing
Right.
so that you don't form bad habits. Yay!
I made a curl.
Yay, look at that. It's so
That
cute.
felt real.
Oh my God.
Marlen, you're a wonderful teacher. That is really thrilling. The best part about that is it took less effort than any other mark on here. Mm-hmm. Because it felt like once I had the groove, I could feel that it's very little force, actually.
Yeah, it's this hand that's holding the thing in place.
Yeah, wow.
Would you like to try a flat graver?
Sure.
Okay, so this graver, I'm going to teach you one of the things that the pneumatic people don't do.
Okay.
It's called a jab pop cut. And basically what it is, it's putting the corner of the graver into the metal and pushing it down, which is going to create a triangle. We're going to put the tip down, lift it up just a little bit on its corner, push it in a little bit, stop, and then pluck it out.
Okay.
And it's going to leave a little triangle cut left behind. It's not going to be deep.
Gotcha.
It's just going to be a little tiny thing. So I'm going to show you. So I put the corner down. I'm using the right corner. I push in, and then I stop and pluck.
And you make it's like a little carrot.
And it's like a little, like a little triangle.
Amazing.
Okay, so this is a cut that you would use in patterns, and also for lettering, you would use this as serif. So if we look at the feet of these letters, that's what that is.
That's the serif. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh. Do you feel sometimes that you must feel sometimes that you're communing and talking to craftspeople from 3,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, and that's why I have so much appreciation and love for what this is because nothing has changed. You know, like I have some gravers here that were given to me by, I remember there was a Swiss jeweler that came into my studio once, and he had a box of gravers that he got when he was a teenager training in Switzerland.
Oh my gosh.
And he was told by his teacher to go clean out this guy's studio who had died. And who knows how long these gravers were in there. And they're still perfect, usable gravers. So nothing has changed.
Amazing. So he brought you this thing from someone and it's still totally useful.
Yeah, look at this little thing.
Oh my gosh. Oh, what a perfect little object.
I know.
Wow.
There's this saying that there's not a graver that's too short, you just add a longer handle.
Sure, of course.
Yeah.
That is so cool.
Yeah, this guy, some of these gravers are actually also used for stone setting. They're made differently, but so sometimes you see a graver and it is used for one or the other, but they're made a little bit differently. This guy had really large hands.
Oh, that's what that tells you?
Yeah, because I mean, that's my graver.
Oh, right. So he's got a long throw between the back palm and...
You can use a graver like this, but again, it's kind of like having a bicycle where the handlebars are like way out here.
You don't want it cantilevered out.
No, you want to have good control over it.
All right, so I'm going to make these...
Yeah, try a little jab up. Now, really be careful in the slipping, so definitely keep this hand in the safe zone. So hold it up at a nice angle, push straight in, not too far, and then,
And then I saw you starting at the bottom corner. Oh, I see.
Yeah, so if you have the flat graver up on one corner, it actually is a square graver because this is still a 90-degree angle. So if you hold the graver right on the corner, it's the same thing as using this. So you have to flatten it just a little bit to get that width.
Oh, I see. I was not holding it flat enough, and so my triangles are really shallow. Oh, no.
Try tilting the block towards you just a hair.
Thank you.
There you go. Yeah.
Hey!
Hey.
That's not bad.
Nice.
Oh my gosh.
That's a jab pop cut.
And then I'd start the second one right there.
That's it.
Hey!
Good job.
Thank you. Oh my gosh. I see now why you feel that 2.5 years next to your teacher might not have been enough.
No, yeah. One of the things that I really didn't train enough while he was there was inside ring lettering. which is
Inside ring lettering.
yeah. Do you want
So
to see
that
it?
is, you're holding a ring and you're using these tools to spell stuff on the inside of a toroid.
Do you want to see?
Yes.
Because this one is kind of funny. All right, so I've got a little ring here.
Okay.
Clean it with some alcohol. Alcohol gets rid of any oils from our fingers to help the ink stick. So the way that I do this, give me a word.
Grace.
Grace. So what I do, this is a cool trick. So I need to mark some parallel lines inside the ring.
Oh,
so
right, yeah.
I hold my middle finger up to the edge of the ring,
Oh, I know this trick. I love it.
and you can just twist it.
And that gives you your borders.
Yep.
Oh, look
So
at
the
that.
Sharpie will stick to the metal. Okay, so if you wipe it with your fingers, it's going to stick in there. And then you can use the felt tip pens to write your design or wipe it away, but the Sharpie's going to stay. So this is what I do. This is very high tech here. The business card acts as a pad for the ring, for the jewelry.
Okay.
And then what I do is I hold it between my thumb and my forefinger, and then I push the ring up against the pad of leather. Okay? And now I can write inside here. So, Grace. Okay, now we would scribe it. So same thing, put it down. Take the little scribe. Now, unlike with a flat surface, there's an entire ring in your way. So you gotta
Right.
kind of get in the angle so you can actually see what's going on here.
Wow.
I don't know if the camera's gonna be able to pick this up, but you can see it.
Oh my God, yes I can,
Can
but
you?
just barely.
It's tiny.
Yes.
Okay, so now instead of setting the ring in something like this or having a big holder that's gonna have to be adjusted and tightened and get in my way, I'm just gonna hold it with my fingers
What?
and put it up against this leather pad.
No!
So I'm gonna flip it upside down. So I've got my onglet graver here. Okay, so that's half of it. And now I would flip the whole thing upside down
And do the other strokes.
and do the other stroke. So there's rules to engraving. You do the thick lines first, and then you finish with the hairlines. So with all of the script engraving, it's very precise about the direction that the cuts are made. But for inside ring lettering, you got to bend the rules a little bit.
Right, because you
So-
only have certain access.
Yeah. So you got to know the right rules and then know how and what to bend when you get it inside of a ring.
Wow.
All right. So
I love this.
and then there's doing different fonts, different ring sizes.
Dude, I cannot believe the writing on the inside of a ring is just as hard as I thought it should be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Does it? It sounds like every ring presents its own unique challenges. Oh, it sounds like actually every engraving job presents its own unique challenge.
This is a straight band ring,
Right.
right? But if you've ever seen jewelry, you know that it is not always a standard band ring. You have all different shapes, and yeah, it's very complicated. So using the tool is one thing, writing and scribing the design is another thing, but then actually the complexity of the structure of the thing that you're doing, right? Ice skating on tiptoe on a flat surface is one thing, but now imagine you're going over hills and bumps and there's gravel in your way. And
It is a really, you've shown me enough to just literally and figuratively scratch the surface, but you've shown me enough to help me see how meditative and beautiful this process is. And to be totally honest, far from as slow as I thought it would be.
I rush. Twice as slow.
Even watching how slow you're going, it's remarkable to me how fast things could start to come to form.
Yeah, once you really get the flow and you know exactly what cut to do where and how quickly you can get through a cut and how slowly you need to get out of the cut, that comes from practice.
I I plan to practice more. If I keep on iterating the 4 or 5 things you've shown me, I look forward to your next visit to maybe show you some skills.
Yeah, let's do it.
With a small S.
Yeah, I mean, you have so much stuff in here that we could engrave. I'm already like, that could be engraved in this one.
Oh, well, yeah. I also want to talk to you about some freelance work, but I know your book's solid. Marlen, I can't thank you enough for your generosity and the time spent on this magnificent craft. The world needs more of this, I feel like, and I know you agree.
There's so much work out there for engravers, and there's not enough engravers, so that's what I want to create.
Amazing. It's a good mission. Thank you so much. All of Marlen's information will be in the links in the description. Thank you guys for joining me. We'll see you next time. And you come back, okay?
Okay, yeah, let's do it.
Excellent. I can't believe you stuck it out till the end. Well, now that you're here, let's talk about some of the cool stuff we have at adamsavage.com, our merch site. We make stuff for makers, and one of the most important tools a maker possesses is, of course, their laptop. That's why this year we are making 2 laptop sleeves, a large and a small, to protect your precious cargo. Like all of our products, they're made of upcycled materials, manufactured in the United States. And on each of these models, we have included a new feature, which is like my new favorite thing in the world, is this pencil holder with a rubber stamp of my name here. This is inspired by the NASA astronauts' name labels on the Apollo astronauts. And there's one on both sizes. Get yours today at adamsavage.com.